All right, we're getting ready to start here in just a moment. This is episode 112, a Sunday night alive power hour with your host, Soldier of Self-Mastery, coming to you straight out of Stockton, California. It's an honor and a privilege to be here today. Truly, it is an honor and a privilege to be here. Before we get started looking for solutions, I have a question for you. Are you a drifter? A drifter? Yeah, are you a drifter? Now, imagine this for a moment, okay? Imagine you're in a dream and you've experienced this dream before, right? You're getting ready to face somebody in your dream, or you're running, or you're getting ready to experience something very, very frightening, something very scary, and you know you got to get the heck out of there, right? In your dream, if you've ever experienced this, I'm sure you have, because I have. And you begin to try to run away from that situation and your legs feel like linguini. Have you ever experienced that? Where your legs actually feel like linguini, like they become rubberized and you're just trying to run from that situation. And it's like, man, it ain't working. It just ain't working, you know? But yet, you know, you got to get out of that situation. Can you relate to what I'm talking about in this little scenario here? Can you relate? Is your life out of balance? You want to fix this. All right, this is what we're going to be talking about here on this episode number 112. Actually, this program was supposed to be Today You Become Alive Power Hour with Soldier of Self-Mastery, but I think I'm going to keep it. My wife said, Santos, you need to keep it at Sunday Night Alive Power Hour. Okay, so once again, if you feel that maybe you are a drifter, let's get into this program. Before we start looking for solutions, because we're here to find solutions, all right? Before we start looking for solutions, there's a few things that I want to go over here, right? Once again, I'm going to be your host here. And this program, I want to read something to you. To me, this program is episode 112. To me, it's a refreshing, interactive, post-gambling, positive energy live stream group session. That's what this is every Sunday. So I'm going to be here. I'm honored to be here with you today. It is 4 p.m. I'm going to be here every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I might include this program into another day of the week if I get enough feedback. If you guys, whoever you are out there that follow, that have Soldier scribed already, if you feel there's a benefit in me maybe taking this program during the week, give me some feedback on that. All right. Let me see. What do we got next? If you're new on this program, Soldier scribe, and make sure that you turn on your notifications on all levels. All right. It says a little subscription bell there on all levels. And let me see, turn on your subscribe, team up, share the videos, share the videos, and remember to support this labor of love, my friend. Listen, we're here together. We're here to look for answers. We're here to find solutions. We are here to get ourselves away from that thing. Remember earlier, I asked you the question about, imagine you're in that dream where you're trying to run and your legs feel like linguini. We're trying to find the solutions to that, right? Because that dream relates to our lives. A lot of people are running in the same place and they're not getting away from that scary thing. That is the truth. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. We're going to talk about the phrase. We're going to talk about the meaning of what's behind this phrase. Okay. Your good life is going to come out of a good series of good, constant, positive reminders. What is that phrase all about? And how does that tie into this broadcast today, or this live interactive group session? All right. That's what we're going to discuss here. Let me see what else. We've got a proverb, 1 John 3:11. For this is the message that we have heard from the beginning. This is Proverb 3:11. This is the message that you have heard from the beginning, that you should love one another. That you should love one another. Let that sink in. Let that ring in your ears, my friend. Oh, one more thing here, book giveaway. We're going to do a book giveaway on this broadcast. So if you get If you pick a number between 1 and 50, I'm going to make it very easy. I'm going to do a free book. I'm going to sign it. In fact, you might even get some of my editor's notes inside the book. I'm going to sign it and send it. If you guess the number in here in the broadcast, the number's between 1 and 50, my friend. All right. So with that said, I'm getting ready to get into this, and I want to see who's here. And let me see who's here. Come on, get out of there. I don't want that. No. Comments. All right. Let me see. Nahil Johnson, welcome. Sean, welcome. Good afternoon. Vasil, welcome. And let me see who else is here. Jim, welcome to the program. Welcome to each and every one of you guys. Nahil, I hope that you got the book. We sent it out. In fact, Nahil, you might get some of my editor's notes in that book. I tend to find myself writing in some of these new books, but it's okay. It's just a little bit of a, I don't know. It was a freebie. There's no charge for that little input that I wrote on one of the pages. So I hope you get my book soon. Thank you for your support. If you have a question, you have something on your mind, my friends, we're talking about, let me share another scenario with you. Imagine you're driving your vehicle. Imagine you're driving, you're on a journey, and you're on a journey with your family, and you're driving along, and before you left for this driving journey, you didn't prepare properly. You really weren't prepared. You weren't really organized. You weren't really thinking about the trip. And you get down the road a little bit, and you've got your family. Your family's depending on you, right? You got to get from point A to point B. There's a lot of responsibility in this trip that you're taking now with your family in the car. And you throw in to the trunk 2 chains because you know eventually you might run into some snow down the road, right? As you go into this destination. But you forgot to look at the chains, and you threw them in the back of the trunk of your car, and you took off. Of course, you missed other things too. But one of the most important things would be chains. If you're driving through the snow, you get stuck, you come to a place on this journey that you're driving, you get stuck, and you go to the trunk and you pull out the chains. You come to find out you've got 1 chain that's good, and you've got another chain that's not so good. You've got 4 tires, 4 wheels, and you've got 1.5 chains, my friend. Can you relate this scenario to the dream where your legs feel like linguini? You're trying to run away from that scary thing, but you're not really getting anywhere. Imagine that vehicle. You've got your family. It could be a very, very terrible, tragic ending if you get stuck on a road, figuratively speaking now, okay? With your family in the car, and you only have 1.5 chains to try to get you, and you lose reception on your cell phone, my friend, you are in deep shit. Truth, right? It's an imagination. But this is where we are today, my friends. This scenario that I've just painted, this imaginary scenario that I've just painted to you about, you cannot. And again, all of this ties into this phrase that I mention it a lot. Your good life is going to come out of a good series of good, constant, positive reminders. What is that phrase really all about? I'll tell you what that phrase is all about. That phrase is basically, it really has to do with getting priorities straight. It has to do with organizing and holding yourself accountable. It has to do with self-mastery, self-dominance. That phrase, your good life is going to come out of a good series of good, constant, positive reminders, has to do with you controlling you, my friend. Really, that's what's behind that phrase. And that phrase ties into what we're going to be talking about here a little bit more. So, interact. Santos, quit saying so. Okay, I'll work on it. Let me see. Trisha, welcome to the program. Wilson, welcome. This is episode 112. Wow. I'm excited to be here, man. Are you guys looking for solutions? Do your legs feel like linguini sometimes? Can you relate to what I'm talking about? Or is it just me? Am I the only one that feels like at times I've packed the wrong snow chains for 4 wheels on my journey. Hopefully you guys can relate, but we're going to find a solution. We're going to find a solution on this program, and we're going to go forward because Monday's a new day, and we've just ended an era of 7 days. Remember, we've entered a new era of 7 days, and we've ended an era of 7 days. And my friends, get excited because we're going to find a solution on this broadcast, on this live group session. All right. Mark, welcome. Let me see. We've got a couple. Trisha Keller, welcome to the program. Let me see. Sean says, let me see. Sean's got something here. Preparing your mind each moment as you start your day. You must equip your mind positive affirmations as we step into our daily routine. We ought to stay focused. That's right, Sean, because now I'm going to share something with you guys. I've been talking, I say the same things over and over if you haven't noticed, okay? And by the way, I'm not here to win a popularity contest because I have lost that one a long time ago. I keep repeating myself over and over in different ways in hopes to help all of us find solutions. Now, Sean, you're talking about preparing your mind each moment as you start your day. We have to absolutely get traction in our lives. We've got to have snow chains. You can't afford to have linguini legs like you do in your dream. All of this, preparing your mind, we don't plan to fail. Sean, we don't plan to fail. We fail because we don't plan. If you find that you're a drifter today, I was going to share this, that I've been listening to this audio by Napoleon Hill, Outwitting the Devil. A lot of the things that I've been talking about, a lot of these things that I've been sharing, I was listening to the same stuff in that audio. I just say it a little bit differently. We have to get traction. We must get traction. And how do we do all this? How do we get, how do we do our, how do we get away from linguini legs? In real life, I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about real life now. You feel like your legs are like linguini in real life, like you're trying to get ahead and you get sucked right back, and you're a drifter, you're not focused, you're not going in the right direction, you're not organized, all of these things, man. It's the truth. We're going to talk about this more and more. So let me see, Trish. Okay. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. I told you I bought your book. Thank you. Thank you, Trisha. I appreciate the support. I really do. And use the book. Don't give it a once over. Use it and let it speak to you. When you use my book, let it speak to you. The thoughts that you get from this book, write them down. And then go back and look at those thoughts, because those thoughts are seeds. They can help you later on someplace. Don't just read it and, then doubt yourself or doubt what the book is. Some of the stuff that I share in this book might be a little bit strange. That's okay. You speak to you. That's the same thing I share. As you're listening to the sound of my voice and you're watching this video, this live stream, listen to what you're saying to yourself. Listen to what your thoughts are saying to yourself. Write them down, because you could be giving yourself your own breakthroughs. It doesn't have to take me saying something. It could be me triggering a thought in your mind to help you. That's why it's so important for us to gather here on Sundays and, elevate our thinking, elevate the mind. We can't stay in the same place. Well, staying in the same place, forever, or staying in the same place for a while gets old, doesn't it? It gets boring. It causes us to think about gambling. Right? It causes us to think about that bad habit that was destroying our life, that we're trying to get, maybe the bad habit is like that thing that you dream about, right? That you're trying to get away from, but your legs are like linguini. It could be problem gambling. Well, there's a way to get out of it. There's a way to help yourself. There's a way to create momentum. And we're going to do that here. I'm going to share that with you here in a little bit. Most of you already know what you need to do anyways. Again, your good life is going to come out of a good series of good, constant, positive reminders. That's why I'm here. I'm here to remind us. Okay. Tab Mania Production. Welcome to the program. Let me see. What? feel like after gambling fee for a year? What does it feel like? Well, I tell you what does it feel like? What does it feel like what does it feel like after you haven't gambled for 7 days? What's that feel like? If you've gambled for more than a year or 2 years, that should feel to you, it should feel very, very powerful, very dynamic, very encouraging, very refreshing, very new. I can't think of any superlatives to describe what it feels, but you have to see, the thing is, you have to experience that yourself. We always think about other people. We have to focus on ourselves. We have to be a little selfish at times and focus on ourselves so that we want to experience. I want to experience, right? I want to go. I've gone 7 days without gambling. I've gone another 7 days. You want to go another 7 days. What does that feel like? What does that experience do to you? It builds momentum. It builds more self-belief. It builds more courage to keep going. It builds more courage to fight the linguini legs, right? We must prepare. Again, earlier I said that phrase, your good life is going to come out of a good series of good, constant, positive reminders. We have to be organized. We have to be held accountable. You have to have security around you. There's a lot of things that need to be in production in your life if you truly want to get from where you are right now to where you need to be. It's not going to happen magically. If it hasn't happened magically by now, you know for sure 100% it's never going to happen magically on its own, right? We have to create it. You and I have to create it. And I always say this, it starts up here. Your thoughts, you are a product of your thoughts. You are a product of your imagination. You are also a product or a byproduct of the imagination and the thoughts of other people. When you were younger, you had a lot of input from your family, from your mom and dad, from friends, older siblings. So you become a product of that. And today, again, if we're in a position in life where we know we're not getting ahead, we're stuck, we're drifting. We are drifting. We want to get out of that mode. And we're going to talk about that here in a little. How do you get out of that mode? How do you get traction, man? How do you get some good chains on your wheels? You know what I mean? How do you get rid of linguini legs? Man, my legs feel like linguini. You know what I'm talking about? Linguini. I heard that in a joke the other day and it stuck with me because it is true. Sometimes I feel like my legs, man, they're giving out under me, man. I want to go over this way, right? I know I need to go that direction. Man, I know it. I want it so bad. I got to go in that direction. But my legs give out on me. Well, you got to replace your legs. You got to give yourself some robotic legs. You got to give yourself some bionic legs. That's what we're going to talk about here in a few minutes. So thank you for the question, Tabmania. Trisha, what's to say here? Let me see. And we've got a couple. Maybe if you don't go, you can start to pay off your debt. Hopefully you can get your family back. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Let me see. Jim, I'm giving you the floor. Study, practice, teach to reinforce the good ideas in your mind. Exactly, Jim. Let me ask you guys, do you guys benefit? Are you guys benefiting from this broadcast today? Or do I have linguini legs right now? I feel like I've got linguini legs right here, man. No, I'm just kidding. I'm only kidding. Who put this thing together? I did. Fly pelicans. Anyways, I'm just being me. Laura says, hi, everyone. Okay, Nahil, thank you. Wilson, I got to get him in here. And where is everybody? Man, it's like, are the people watching football today or what? Usually people start coming on a little bit later. Sean's doing very well. Sean is, I think he's on what, 3 months now? He's going on his 3rd month of not gambling. And, you know, I thank him. He gives me a little bit of credit because he is part of this program and he's benefiting, I'm sure. But there are other tools that he's using. I think he's using Gamblers Anonymous. I'm not too sure if Sean is still using that. I know that he's using self-talk. He's using journaling. And he is working on himself very diligently. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you ask him, he's going to tell you it's a discipline. If you truly want to stop the addiction, if you truly want to get away from problem gambling, you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision. Until you make a decision, a contract with yourself, you're going to have linguini legs, my friend. Okay? You're going to feel like you're in that dream trying to run from that thing, from that experience, and you just can't get away from it fast enough. Hugo, welcome to episode 112, my friend, working and listening. Well, I'm glad that you've joined. We're looking for solutions on this episode. What are we looking for solutions? We are looking for solutions. Oh, I see Sean. He says, so far, 73 days free. I have regained good health. A lot of things happen when you begin moving in the right direction, right? Little by little. And don't doubt yourself. You might be in a very bad situation. Whoever you are, maybe you're here on this live stream, right? Drink some of the water. Take in some of the Kool-Aid. I remember I was in a business meeting the other day, and one of the leaders stood up and he says, you got to drink the horchata. He says, you got to drink the Kool-Aid, man. We're offering you here, man. There was, I don't know, 400 or 500 people in that room. So I'm telling you, you got to drink the horchata, man. Whatever it is that you can drink from this mission, this movement that I'm offering you, whatever it is that you can drink it, man. If it's healthy and it's going to help you, right? Defeat the mindset, because you and I are in a war zone. We are in a war zone. We live in a war. You live in a war zone. I live in a war zone every day. Monday morning, I guarantee you, you're going to experience war zone. When you get up about 6:30 or 7 in the morning, you are going to experience the war zone, aren't you? Right? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about, man. I know you know what I'm talking about. But we win the war right here. Jim talked about it earlier. He talked about planning and focusing. We win it up here, my friend. We win it by coming to Sundays, to this group therapy, if you will. I don't know, call this Gamblers Anonymous. Well, we're not anonymous because we know each other. So maybe let's call this Gamblers We Know Each Other, Looking for Solutions program. Anyways, I'm overdoing it here. Your book is a tool, Sean says. I am using it each day. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. And again, let me see. There was a banner here. Did I have the banner? I'm going to put this one here. Okay. Did I get that one? Well, we've got a few people here. We've got a book giveaway today. If you can guess the number between 1 and 50, I'm going to send you an autographed, signed copy of the Little Red Book so that you can take this book and work it into your mind, work it into your program, and put on some bionic legs, put on some strength, my friend, to win, to win. Don't you want to win? Every day, man, every day win against gambling. Win against the thought, your thought life. Your thought life is trying to defeat you. Yes, it's up here, your thoughts. The negative ones, all those paradigms, those limiting beliefs, right? Your good life is going to come out of a good series of good, constant, positive reminders, my friend. All right, let me see what else. We're winding down here. Dennis Hernandez is in the house. Dennis happens to be a friend and a client. And he pays me very well. I can appreciate Dennis. And who knows, maybe one of these days we'll have Dennis on the program also. And he can share a little bit about his testimony and what some of the philosophy that has been given to me that I've shared with him has helped him turn his life around. So thank you, Dennis, for being on the broadcast. And we're going to hook up later on. We're going to have some good dinner later on. Let me see. So thank you. Let me show what you're sharing there. I have the book as well. It's a self-conscious decision. It's a daily decision to work on oneself, have hope. And Aaliyah and Dennis in the house. I have hope and believe in yourself. We're all in this battle together, my friends. We're all in this battle together. I know you know, one thing about me is I'm not afraid to admit my failure. I used to be afraid of failure. I used to be afraid to admit failure. And, you know, all leaders that are being made, am I so-called great leader? Well, I don't know. I'll let others judge that. For myself, I believe that I'm a great leader because I have to lead myself. Let me see, where am I going about? Never mind, I just blocked myself. But I know it has to do with mind development, self-mastery, and giving and paying it forward. And that's why I'm here on Sundays for sure. On Sunday, I was going to change the name of this program to Today You Become Alive, but I'm not. I'm going to keep it Sunday Night Alive Power Hour. So let me see. This is, I don't go to the casino. The machines are everywhere here in Illinois. I can walk. They are the gas stations. Here's another thing to think about, my friend. You know, the reason why you gamble is a product of your imagination. So there is a thought that's going on in your life. There is an emotional impulse, if you will. There's something emotionally that's going on inside you that causes you to gamble. Once you spend time with yourself, once you analyze, and I don't think most people cannot find that answer by themselves. They need somebody. They need a good friend. They need a coach. They need a great book, or they need the GABA, the Gambling Addictions Breakthrough Academy. Or if it doesn't have to be gambling, it could be some other addiction. You need to find an accountability partner. Again, this phrase that we talk about, your good life is going to come out of a good series of good, constant, positive reminders. It really has to do with having accountability. That's what that phrase really portrays: accountability, security, discipline, self-mastery. Think about this, right? If you had a big property, think about this for a moment. If you had a big property, a nice piece of real estate, and on that real estate, you had really beautiful horses, you had some wonderful looking cows that provided milk for you if you drink milk, maybe some chickens, right? Some you can have, who knows, maybe you might even have some three-legged chickens on that property. You ever heard of the three-legged chicken? They're pretty quick. Nobody knows what they taste like because they can never catch one. You can have some pigs and some horses and some llamas, whatever. You know, it's your real estate. Does it make sense to let those animals just run around without no security, without no border, without any cleaning, without any organization, if you will? Imagine how foolish that scenario really is. And I can't really think of too many, but there are scenarios like that in real life. There are people out there that have large pieces of land and basically destroy themselves along with the animals and the land too. There are those exceptions out there. But normally people, when they get a big piece of real estate and they get animals, horses, they care for them. They take them to the vet. They make sure that they're clean. They feed them at certain times. They provide a perimeter security around these animals. They care for them. They love on them. Isn't that true? Yet, we as individuals, we live our lives just like a person that owns real estate and lets the animals run wild. If we don't plan, we're going to fail. Just like that big, huge ship that is let go from the harbor, right? Imagine a huge ship, a tanker, without a captain driving that little wheel. The brain, the little wheel. Imagine a big ship being let go from the harbor, even if it gets out past the harbor. What's going to happen to that big ship? You know what's going to happen to that big ship without a captain. You know what's going to happen to those animals without any security, without any organization, without no protection, without no perimeter. You know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen to your life, my friend. Earlier, I talked about a drifter. Are you a drifter? At times, I find myself drifting. At times, I find myself drifting. I don't like to admit that, but it's the truth. And if I don't do something about that drifting that's going on in my life, guess what? That drifting will lead me into other things. Because I'll tell you what, a person that gambles usually drinks and smokes. A person that smokes cigarettes or something like that usually drinks and gets into other things. It's like bad habits come in clusters. They lead you. Just like good habits can also come in clusters, and they will lead you into the right paths. All right, my friends, that's all I have today. I've got my C2A coming up, which is my call to action. I'm going to be ending the program here very soon. Let's see if we got somebody that guessed the number for the book. Of course, I'm going to need your address to send it to you. You'll be able to do that when you can go to soldiersofselfmastery.com, and you can email me from there if you want. And we're going to be winding down. We're going to be ending the program here. Let me see what else. If you guys have any questions, hopefully you've enjoyed my analogies today on this program. I'm working on myself overtime to do what I need to do to help people see the reality of the truth of their lives, man. And I'm going to keep planting seed in my own life. I'm going to continue to work on self-mastery in my own life, not to prove how big and bad I am, because I'm not that big. I'm only 5'4". I'm going to do that because I can, you can do it. I'm an example to you. There's no excuse. We can sit here and say all kinds of things, make excuses and point the finger and this and that. No, my friend, no. I'm doing it. I've overcome 32 plus years. I'm overcoming a lot of trauma in my life. I know that if I can do it, you can do it too, my friend. There is no excuse. You just got to be determined, and you got to have a plan. There's the solution. Oh, Santos, 30 minutes of preaching to us and to tell us that you need a plan. Yes, you must have a daily plan. Yes, you must begin to organize. Remember I said this earlier, your good life is going to come out of a good series of good, constant, positive reminders. You need accountability. You need a perimeter of protection. You need to be organized. You need to be clean. You need to be doing all of these things in order to get your life going in the right direction, my friend. That's the truth. Can you handle the truth? Am I going beyond here? Okay. Let me lean back a little bit. So congratulations, Sean, on your victory, my friend. Congratulations. Laura, I want to thank you for your support. Hugo, thank you for being here. Jim says, be intentional about guarding your mind. Be intentional, my friend. Yeah, because we are a product of our imagination. Isn't that the truth? You are a product of your thoughts. You are where you are today primarily because of your thought life. Wow. We don't plan to fail. We fail because we don't plan. Let's start planning. How many is going to start planning more effectively? How many? Let me see your hand. Okay, I see one hand. I see another hand. I see another hand. So we're all going to start planning more effectively. I mean, I'm not saying that you're not planning. Let's take that planning to another level. The next 7 days, my friend. Imagine next Sunday we'll come back and we'll talk about what happened during these 7 days. We have to get going. Trisha, thank you for being here. I have overcome a lot of things, but this gambling has got me really bad. Let me touch on this a little bit. Trisha, I'm going to encourage you. I have overcome a lot of things, but this gambling has got me really bad. I have to change my mindset. I'm going to encourage you to watch this program again, Trisha. Yes, I know it might be a little bit boring, but we have to do the boring things. That's the boring things that we do now are the things that are going to give us pleasure later. Remember that. The things that we're doing now that are pleasurable are the things that are going to give us problems later on. So if you're stuck in life, if you feel like you've got linguini legs, You got to change. You got to do something. You got to exercise. You got to get some robotics going on. You got to get some bionics going on. You got to change your legs, my friend. I don't know. That analogy seems to be sticking with me today here. Sean says, you know, Trisha, you should be on the Sunday Night Alive Power Hour. Yes, come. Be here, my friends. I appreciate each and every one of you. It's an honor and a privilege for me to be here because I'm learning too. And I'm gaining strength. Every time that I come here every Sunday, I'm gaining strength. So I really appreciate this. Sean, thank you. Dennis says, I believe in you, Trisha. Laura says, Illinois is a tough place for sure. Illinois is a tough place for sure. Let me see. Santos is doing a pretty fantastic job in motivating people. I appreciate you, soldier. Stay true to yourself. God bless you, man. I will always remake reference to you. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate you for sharing that with me. It gets hard sometimes. I know I'm just like you guys, but I tell you one thing, I'm determined to stay out of the casino. I'm determined to fight every single day, and I'm determined to help you, whoever you are. If you stay close, I'm going to give you some of my energy, and I guarantee you, you will make it. You will overcome if you do the work, if you do it, because obviously I can't do it. I'd love to be able to do it for you, but it doesn't work that way, right? You got to put your own chains on your 4 tires, right? You got to use your legs. You got to work your mind. Trisha says, I will be back on Sunday and hope I can say I have not gambled. Well, again, keep coming. Don't focus on what you're trying to do. Focus on what you need to do. Focus on, remember that when you develop a habit, it's going to overrule the bad habit. And that one good habit will lead you to more good habits. Again, the only reason why you would continue gambling is because you don't want to stop. And I'm not saying that just to you, Trisha. I'm saying that to anybody. The only reason why you don't stop, or you have problems with gambling or whatever, it's obvious, right? We know the answer. It's because you haven't made a solid decision. You haven't really fought with yourself. In other words, that thought is ruling. You haven't really gone up here and told that thought that I'm going to bring you down. I'm going to rip you to shreds. I'm going to tear your shit up. Excuse my language. That's what you need to tell yourself, the thoughts. Not you, but you need to tell those thoughts that are limiting beliefs that are holding you back. You need to plan. You need to do this daily, and you'll win. It's hard. It's hard. It's a discipline. The first couple of days, the first week, the first 2 weeks, of course it's hard. It is. It gets easier. It's simple, but it's hard. It gets easier. And you know it, just like anything in life that you work at. So, hey, there's Rabbit Run. Welcome to the program, my friend. Oh, I see some numbers. Let me see. I see 12. Did somebody guess the number? Let me see. I see number 12, 22, 9. You guys are close, man. Let me not give it away. Number 50. Nope. Number 3. Number 33. Let me see. Come on, guys. Put up some numbers, man. The program's getting ready to end. So far being 73 days. Sean says 73 days. Wow. That is great, man. That's fantastic. I truly appreciate that. Nahil did not receive the book yet. Let me see. We've got some new comments. Come on, guys. Come on. She says, did I win? Let me see. No. Come on, guys. Give me some numbers, man. Let me read something out of the book while I'm waiting for some numbers here. All right. Let me read something here on the back. Your willpower, your self-discipline, and determination will do well to save you here. Celebrate your progress. Did you complete a day, a week, or a month without engaging? There's some typos in my book, by the way, so you'll have to fix it, okay? Without engaging in that old habit, good, then reward yourself. Maybe it wasn't so smooth. You fell and braced up yourself. Not once, not twice. You don't have to feel inadequate. Celebrate the little that you have done. Building new habits isn't achieved in a day, a week, or a month. It's a work in progress. It's a lifetime journey. But I'm telling you, once you begin defeating those thoughts that are in your head, those dark demons, those wild, ugly creatures that pop into your head that you know they're there, they come around, and you want to defeat these once and for all. Well, one day you say, one of these days. Today is the day that you defeat. Right now is the decision needs to be made right here, right now, that you're going to defeat those dark creatures in your mind, and you're going to rule, or at least begin the process. At least begin the process, my friend. Rome wasn't built overnight, right? Inch by inch, it's a cinch. So celebrate your progress, celebrate your wins, and give yourself a reward that will boost your energy to do more. Share your success at the right moments. Just a little bit of, let me see if we got any. All right. 23, 16, 24, 39. Nope. Man, Dennis says 50. Nope. Let me see. And you guys are dancing all around that number. Rabbit Run. I was getting very jealous in the casinos, making trouble. All right, let's get some music going, because I am. Rabbit Run says, I was arrested at the Choctaw Casino in Durant, Oklahoma for a comment I made. Well, Rabbit, this might come as a surprise. You need to get away from gambling. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Okay, here's my call to action, my friends. $20 or more. I'll stay here for a little bit more here. So see if we get the book. $20 or more to donate to this, a love offering to this mission, to this labor of love. Soldiers of Self-Mastery Movement is going to get you a signed autographed copy of this, the Little Red Book. Make sure that you come back on Sunday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to be right here. Okay, bring your questions, bring your mind too, okay? I bring your mind. Have your mind here. Support through sharing. Does it make sense? Does it make sense to prioritize, organize, and protect yourself, my friend? That's really my call to action. Does it make sense to you to protect yourself, to reorganize, and to have something that ties into that phrase? Your good life is going to come out of a good series of good, constant, positive reminders. Does it make sense to put reminders in place for yourself? Does it make sense to put reminders in place for the direction that you want to go? Does that make sense to you? If it does, begin immediately, my friend. All right? Najib Kazim, I can't forget my losses, bro. That's why I go back to the casino. Well, you have a choice to hold on to what is a destructive thing. You have that ability to do that, or you can focus on the bigger picture and move away from that destruction. You're not going to ever get your losses back. That's one thing for sure. And if you keep trying to win your losses, you're just going to go deeper and deeper in the hole that you're already in. Your legs feel like linguini, my friend. You know, you're trying to run, like I said earlier, you're in a dream, right? Kind of relates to the real life. You're in a dream, you're trying to run, but you can't. You can't run. You're trying to get away from that scary thing, from that experience. You can't run. In your dream, you can't run. In real life, if you don't plan, if you don't change, if you don't use your thought process you're going to stay there, my friend. You're going to have to fight. Come here on Sundays, watch more of my videos on the Soldiers of Self-Mastery YouTube channel. Soldier Scribe, okay? Soldier Scribe. And make sure that you turn on your notifications. I guarantee you, if you hang around, I'm going to share my energy, my post-gambling positive energy with you, and I'm going to help you get through. I'm doing it. I'm doing it every day. Day by day, every 7 days. I can, you can. It's a fight, it's a battle, it's a discipline. And it doesn't matter whether it's problem gambling or you're running a business or you're trying to run a business or you're doing some other, you're trying to, there has to be planning, there has to be a decision made. That's the truth, my friend. That's the truth. All right. Yep. That is it. Let me see. We still have a few people on here that I couldn't give them any respect as they don't care about us. Okay, let me see. Laura says, that's Laura sharing. Let's see this one here. Oh, I got another song that I want to play here. I've been thinking about this episode that I really like. Let me see if it's this one. Yeah, there we go. I like this one. Oh, I have to decline that. All right, my friends. Let me see. I see we still got some. Join us next Sunday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Or you can simply re-watch this live episode. I believe you'll get something out of it. Thank you, Level Up, for being here. Wow, another slow CZ. I come to you anytime I'm tempted to gamble. Santos, you are heaven. Oh, come on. I'm not heaven. Thank you for that. I'm humbled when you share that. That's very humbling. I just want to be an example and let you know that it's possible if you work the program. Thank you. Let me see. Shiloh says hi too. There we go. Vegas? Are you talking about the Mr. Olympia event at the end of this year? Oh, you said 27th of this month. You bought a ticket to somewhere. Hopefully it's a good ticket. I'm not sure. Okay, we're getting ready to wind down here. I'm going to stay here for a few more minutes and see if there's any more questions or comments. Remember to support Soldiers of Self-Mastery. Hey, Steve Alexander, make no mistake, everyone. You are in a combat situation in the casino. Let me see. Welcome to Sunday Night Alive Power Hour, Steve Alexander. Have you been here before? I'm not too sure. If you have, welcome. Make no mistake, everyone. You are in a combat situation in a casino. You can always stand up, shake it off, and walk out those front doors. Listen to Santos and take control. Self-mastery. Thank you, Steve, for sharing with me. Yes, it's true. We are in a battle. We live in a war zone. Not just with sin and all of these things, but look at what's happening with our governments. Look at what's happening with the politics and the all of these things with Facebook and YouTube and 5G and all the money that's going to other countries and money that's coming to the US from other. There's a war going on, my friends. There is a very, very vicious war going on, and we are in the middle of it. Believe me, the casinos are going to continue to expand big time. There's going to be a day when they're all going to be wiped out, though. There's going to be a day when all of these casinos will be taken out. They'll be done with. They will be gone. What's that? Let me see. Welcome to episode. Whoa, what was that all about? Let's see here. Yeah, that's true. Looks like we've got some, well, if people keep coming on and asking questions, I'll stay on here for a little bit longer. We've got 16 people that are looking right now. Listen, the reason for this program is to help you get your life organized, help you. You may be organized, but you can always take that organization to another level. There's always going to be room for improvement within room for improvement. If that makes sense. There's room for improvement within room for improvement. We can take what we have and we can take it to another. We can plan. Again, this program here serves as a reminder to you that your good life is going to come out of a good series of good, constant, positive reminders. That's why I come here. This program forces me to study. It forces me to think about where I'm at in life. So I'm thinking about doing a secondary program, a secondary live program. I don't know if it's going to be through Instagram or through Facebook or right here on YouTube during the week. If I get enough feedback, then I'll go ahead and work on that. That program might be a little different because it's going to be more of a group, kind of a group mind shift therapy, kind of like this one, but it'll be a little different, just a little different. So I'm over here. Let me see. I'll let you guys, let me see. I'm waiting for the right. Oh, Wilson says 25. Nope. We're still waiting for a few here. At 5, I'm going to shut down the program, and I will see you all at 4 o'clock on next Sunday. One more. Come on. Let's see who can get it. The book. What else? Let me see here. This is here. Why am I alive today? This is a fundamental question we all must reflect on. Why am I alive today? This is a fundamental question we all must reflect on. Is your time valuable? Man, I keep cutting myself off from the video here. How terrible, Santos. You should set up that camera a little bit different. That's if you want to live a meaningful life, you can't afford to live your life just anyhow you want, wasting away or simply waiting to die, as most people. You must define your existence and find out what is the exact reason you were created. And the answer to that is not to gamble your life away. No, by no means. You are here now, and there is great importance in finding who you really are and what you're all about, my friend. No, we've got 5 minutes. 5 minutes, my friends. God bless you too, Dennis. Thank you for being on the broadcast, my friend. Nahil Johnson, she's trying for the second book. She'll give it away if she gets it. Actually, thank you guys. Those of you that do support this mission, this labor of love, those of you that send money periodically, I don't care if it's $5 or $10 or if it's 250,000. Would you send Soldiers of Self-Mastery 250,000? Yeah, I doubt that. But for those of you that do support $5 or $10 or $20 or more, I appreciate you. and it's going towards a good cause to keep this program going, to keep the program going. Come on, 4 minutes, my friends. 4 minutos. 4 minutos. 4 minutes. I see people dropping off, not like flies, but they're dropping off. So, and a few of you guys got really close, but it didn't happen. Let me see. If not, we'll hold on to the book, and next week it'll be 1 through 50. What does it say? I introduced my friend to gambling, and I'm trying to make him quit after listening. I tried to let him quit, but it's so late for him. Well, it's not late. You know, invite him to the broadcast. See, that's the bad thing about sin. The bad thing about we entice people, man. And then who knows what's going to happen if he doesn't come out of that casino. Now, you're going to end up having to deal with some guilt, right? Probably a little bit. But remember, he's an adult. He's making his own decisions also. Okay? Don't be responsible for yourself. Don't be responsible for somebody else. If you need to apologize to him, one of the best things that you can do, honestly, if you really, really want to rectify the situation, is you walk away from gambling and be an example to him. That's the best thing that you can do. But if you keep going and he sees that you keep going and then you're telling him to get out of the casino or her, that's like hypocrisy. It doesn't work very well. You got to have a pure motive in what you're doing, my friend. You guys are close. Let me see. We've got 2 minutes left, man. 2 minutes left. And let me see. We've got, come on now. We're down to 12. We're down to 12 people. Let me see. One minute left. 1 minute left. 1 minute left, guys. Uno minuto.
Yeah, you know the happiest place on earth.
Uno minuto. Uno minuto. Uno minuto. All right, my friends. We've come to the end. It is 5. I got some responsibilities that I need to take care of, just like all of you. Monday is going to be a new day that's going to start a new era of 7 days, my friend. What will you accomplish over the next 7 days? What goals will you achieve over the next 7 days? What plans will you put down on a piece of paper over the next 7 days to help you get to where you need to be, my friend? I will see each and every one of you guys at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time right here at Sunday Night Alive Power Hour next Sunday. This is Santos Rolon Jr. Santos Rolon Jr. straight out of Stockton, saluting each and every one of you guys. Signing out, my friends. Signing out. We'll see.